Richmond, Virginia is Ashton calling. Hey, Ashton, how are you?
Good, and yourself, sir?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So I just recently got laid off from my job where I was making really good money, and I took a job where I'm not making good money at all. Basically, I'm underqualified for the job that I'm in right now, so I'm taking quite a huge pay cut with a lot of debt.
Okay, you're underqualified for the job you're in that pays a lot less, or overqualified?
I'm underqualified.
Okay, so you don't know how to do the job you're in.
It requires a degree, and I'm 20.
Okay, and it pays a lot less than you used to make.
Correct.
Okay, what did you used to do?
I was a marketing agent for a pharmacy.
Okay, and you made what kind of money?
Take home was about $130,000.
Wow, at 20 years old, you're rocking it, man. Pretty amazing.
It used to be.
So what happened to that job?
My boss, the pharmacist, is facing 17 felony accounts of drug trafficking.
So he was marketing the wrong stuff. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so he paid you to do what? What kind of a deal? What were you doing?
So there's a lot of medications that reimburse much higher. So, for instance, if you have a lot of pain, you might take naproxen. If you take a specific dose of that, instead of making about $5, we'd make about $1,300. And I would just get those physicians to get on board with switching the lower to the higher paying one.
Okay. And so you were calling on physicians, changing the dosage legally. I assume what you were doing was legal, but he got caught for doing other stuff, right?
Yeah, he was selling narcotics without prescriptions.
Yeah. Do other pharmacists not do what he does then? I've never heard of this. This is interesting.
So it's all independent pharmacies. Independent pharmacies try their best to find these high-remitting drugs, and they will attempt to change them. We kind of just had it down to a science.
Okay. So why can you not go knock on the door of an independent pharmacy and show them what you could do for them?
I have. There's only a few in my area, and all of them kind of turned off about the reason why he was fired. I got one job offer, but it was making about $5,000 more than I'm making now, and I just had a newborn, and I need insurance, and he wasn't willing to provide that.
$5,000 will buy you insurance.
Okay.
You could have bought insurance and stayed in the same career field. What are you doing now?
I'm a marketing agent for a home health care agency.
Okay. All right. Here's the thing. You have the ability to get your hand around what a value proposition looks like and how to sell it to people and how to go through the rejection to get it sold to people and develop the relationships to get it sold to people. That is a high-paying skill that you have. Selling is one of the highest-paid professions in America. And what you've learned how to do, whether you realize it or not, was selling. And so, I don't know what it is you're going to sell, but you need to find something that you can sell. And you've obviously you've fallen into, probably somewhat accidentally, a career field here that's very niche. But you know how to call on physicians and get them to do things. And so the medical device business, the pharmaceutical business, working for a drug company selling pharmaceuticals, those guys make good money. Both of those guys make good money in the sales world. And so you might be standing over the shoulder of a surgeon where they're inserting an apparatus into a patient that you sold to them, and you assist in that whole process. That's the medical device salespeople. And several of those guys and gals that I know make a couple of hundred a year. Now, they're not 20 years old. They developed a career over time, but I think you've got the skill set to go into the pharmaceutical world or the medical device world, and those are the places I would be looking if I were you. Jump on thekencolemanshow.com and read everything that Ken has got there and download his resume builder and download his process for tracking and getting into a position at a new job. I think you've been spiraling and falling backward because you were attached to an embarrassing situation that embarrassed you even though it wasn't your fault, and it kind of stained you a little bit even though it wasn't your fault, because that's why those other people are turning you away. But if you truly had no knowledge of all that other stuff, you're very employable in these other areas, and you just got a little bit scared because you got knocked down and you got a new baby and you're 20 and you're just getting started in life. I'm here to tell you, as your coach, you're better than you feel like you are right now. You got some serious skills, young man. Let's repackage them and go back at this job market again. I think you can make a lot more than you're making now. It may take you a little time to get it all done, and you may need to come into something entry level where you have a chance to prove yourself. But, dude, you know how to do this. You can prove yourself. So, thekencolemanshow.com. That's the website to go to. thekencolemanshow.com.